Good morning. Do I look serious? Why so serious? Good morning, everybody. I have had, this is so weird. My favorite deck of cards has gone missing. Like, I use them a lot. And I don't take them far. And I went to take them to the paranormal thing with me, and they come up missing. And I'm like, what the absolute hell? And maybe they just didn't want to go. I don't know, but it wasn't an option. I said we're going, and now they're gone, and I don't know where they're at. Like, did I do something like put them in the freezer? I don't know. I have no flipping idea. They're my Mystical Times cards by Jody Bergsma. I love it. Honestly, I did not take them. You gotta be goddamn. You gotta be kidding me. I have looked here, looked and looked and looked and looked. I mean, looked. I don't understand. Whatever. I have looked, seriously. Before I come online, I looked for 15 minutes and I thought, well, screw it. Let's just do it. And here they are. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Heather. We're still seeing you, right? Here's what's so funny. I just picked my costume. I have to even go see. They didn't want to go see Annabelle. I wasn't so worried about Annabelle. So they sent us, you guys. So we're going to talk really quickly about this past weekend. We had a lot of fun. We met a new family, you guys. Really, everybody there was fantastic. Sam and I were like, we want to be part of this family. I even told her that. I'm like, Sarah, we want to be part. We want to be here. We want to do this. And you know what she said to us? They have the same principles we do. We should all rise together. We should be a part of a group. We should be part of a thing. We should be feeling that community. And she goes, you already are. You're already here. You're already part of the family. You don't have to be asked to be a part of the family. You're already here. And I was like, that's so nice. It was such a wonderful place to be. So I really do. Next year, if they do this again next year, we will definitely be attending, especially at the location that we were at. Hot. So, coffee. The location we were at was at the Rock Island Roadhouse. And man, I got to tell you guys, haunt. I actually got touched. I didn't make a big deal out of it at the time because we were in the middle of investigation. And we were working the table tipping table, and they had put us in this room called the trunk room. Well, we didn't know anything about this room, but when we're standing in this room, hotter than hell, there's no air conditioning, right? Thursday at 4 p.m. is when it starts. Yes, Heather. So we are hot. There's no air conditioning in this place. And we're in this room called the trunk room, and we had probably 25 people in there with us, maybe 20. And we have Auntie with us, our table tipping table. Well, Auntie refused to move. The whole evening, she was like, screw this shit, I'm not doing it. Which is so weird for her. Heather knows Auntie just flies. I mean, she flies across the room. And she gets on one leg and she spins and she does all these really cool things. I think we should have a table tipping this month as well. Anyhow, so that when we go downstairs, Sam's like, we need to either move from this room, and here's me, I don't run shit here. So I can't do anything. I can't go, you know what, move us. So we were guests. They stumbled into our store from states and states away, and they invited us to come to this thing. So we were so, it was fun. But we found out the history on the trunk room when we went down for our first intermission. Get this. They put us in the worst room in the whole place, it feels like. Not the worst, oh no room, like oh no room. And so this room there, so you go into this room, and it's in the middle of it's in this weird place in the building anyways. And when you go in the room, there's a stairway to the left, which feels so dangerous. And then there's a elevator shaft, and then there's the room, right? So we're there. Hi, stick with me, guys. I'm telling a real quick story. So We're in the room, we're with the tipping table with Auntie. We have all this energy. It is like a wall of energy when you walk in this room. And we're sitting around the Auntie and we're trying to get her to tip and we're encouraging her. Like we're really, because I'm not a poker, right? I don't want to poke too much. And I'm like, oh, you can't do it. We're like, oh, you're so pretty. We're gonna get. The whole weekend was we're gonna give you some orange pledge, and then we bumped it up a notch to Old English, right? So she didn't move. So we went down. We found out big, huge building used to be a speakeasy. It's been quite a few things, but there was a lot of mob activity in this area, Quad Cities area over by Davenport, Illinois, and so they used to promise women jobs. And as soon as they walked in the doors, they would snatch the women up and chain them into the room we were in and do all sorts of horrible things. And they stayed there until they died. And if they got pregnant, they dealt with that too. And then when they were done with the women, they would take them out of the room. This is history, guys. You can't erase history. You can gloss over it or think you can erase it, but it stays in these areas, right? And they would take the women out of the room and chuck them down the elevator shaft for people to remove. This is the room we were in. And Auntie was like, not having it, not doing it. I am over someplace else. So there was a energy in that room that, so when the room was, when they were using the room for this, they had a caretaker of the room, and he would spend his days making sure that the women were quiet, that the women were silent. And he was this great, big, huge, tall guy. Sorry about the history. Great, big, huge, tall guy that was impotent, and he got paid for watching over these women and all the activity in alcohol. And he had a high temper. So they say he watches the women in that room. So it's really no. I mean, no wonder Auntie didn't work, right? She was just like, forget it. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. So we took out the mediumship board for a little bit, and the mediumship board did work, but it was very reluctant. And then an energy came in and blocked it. So it was really interesting. But while we're standing in this room, I thought Sam had touched my arm, not like a little like this, but I thought he had done this. And I turned and I'm like, did you touch me? And he goes, no. Well, he was holding his phone up in the air. There's no way he could have touched me for light. And so I'm like, okay, no problem. And I didn't put a whole lot into it. I put a whole lot into it. I knew what it was, but I didn't push that out into the room. But there happened to be a mannequin in that room, standing in that room. And everybody kept going, and I'm working on the table. I'm concentrating on the table, right? And everybody kept going, did you see the mannequin move? I'm like, no. They make movies about this stuff. We're not going to talk about it. So they're like, did you see the mannequin move? And they kept doing it. Did you see the mannequin move? Did you see the mannequin move? The head, they say, I did not witness this, but Sam did. Sam did. And he said, when we walked into the room, the face of the doll was facing what we were doing. And when we went to leave, it was looking at the door. It's like, so while we didn't get any table tipping, which really made me sad because people were really excited to experience table tipping, but in that environment, we'll never take Auntie back to that if she'll ever talk to us again. I mean, because she was like, what the hell are you doing? Where are we? Put me back in the car. I was like, shit. So anyhow, the weekend though was absolutely spectacular. It was only a 1-day expo, but we had so much fun and met so many people and ran into Nell Mack, who's been somebody on my feed forever. And she's also an intuitive teacher and reader. And I walked around the corner and like, there's Nell Mack. And I was like, oh my God. So it was a great synchronicity. It was a great synchronicity. So good morning, everybody. Give me a whoop whoop this morning. Good morning. Mary Haygood, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. All right, I have not scheduled this month's paranormal or metaphysical intuitive practice class because I have so much going on this month. This weekend we have, or this Thursday we have Witch's Brew, and my mother will be in at the same time because that'll be fun. Because my mom's never attended one, but she happens to be coming in on that day anyway. So, and then of course, then we have the whole month of Halloween. The whole month of Halloween. We want to do a day, and we have Heather. Have you signed up for the Gothic tea yet? I know you were talking about it, but somebody was telling me that they're having problems. If somebody could go check, you don't have to check out on the psychic tea, but if somebody could go check, like the front page of My Mystical Life, there's Gothic tea, and I was told there's an error code, but I couldn't get it to come up. I got the page to come up just fine, but the Gothic tea, I didn't get an error. Somebody else told me they got an error code. Okay, moving on. Let's do it. Let's go have some fun this morning. And now that I found my cards, blows my mind. Those cards did not want to go. I swear to you, I looked all over. I tore everything apart. I'm like, I want my Magical Times cards to go with me, but I just need somebody to check that link to make sure that they can get as far. They can click it. You just click the link because I had no problem. But sometimes it happens, right? So anyways, my cards did not want to go to the Roadhouse, and that's fine too. Obviously, Auntie can't wait to get out of the damn car. It'll be fun. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Renee Walker, good morning. Shubli, good morning. Kelly Lavoie, Nancy Morgan, welcome, welcome, welcome. Samantha Runkle. The trip was fantastic. I did kind of catch up with some of our other photos from Sedona, but I didn't take a lot of pictures where we were. Like I didn't take a lot of pictures at the Roadhouse. I should have. I really should have. You never know what we'd have caught. So, Annabelle, I will tell you guys honestly, I did not pay to go see Annabelle. There was a charge to go see Annabelle. And, the story is Annabelle is haunted by demons. Now, I'm not saying Annabelle's not haunted. What I'm saying is that I don't believe in demons. So while I'm sure there's an entity attached to it, it wasn't in my Roadhouse. I just quite honestly, I didn't care. I mean, she's a wonderful, it's just not my thing. You know why? I've never watched the movie. Who's watched the Annabelle movie? It's way too close to home. Like it's way too close to my normal life. Why would I go bring in more horror? No, I don't have horror, but why would I go bring in more paranormal stuff like that into my energy? That sounds really weird. Like, why wouldn't you? But no, I mean, we can run across the negative energy here and there anyways. So I just was like, it's okay. We already have a haunted doll in the store. I don't need to go see another. Just to take pictures. That's what I would have done. Just take pictures. So I didn't go in to see Annabelle, but the energies in that building are so dynamic anyways that I was like, it gives you the EBGBs. So I will tell you that. So hang with me, you guys. Don't just scroll. Don't be a scroller. Anyways, so when we sat down at the table in this trunk room to do the session, the first session, I sat there and I'm like, okay, why are we not working? Because Auntie never refuses. It may take her a little bit. She doesn't like to be showed up by the other tables at all, but she never has refused. She moved just a tiny bit here and there, and that's it. But I closed my eyes and I'm like, okay. And I settled into the energy of the room. And I opened up. And I went, what is here? Because I didn't know the story yet. And all I saw was this glowing white ball where Auntie was, right? Right over top of Auntie. And all of these angry energies and sad energies, like they look like Death Eaters flying around that bubble, but not able to get into the bubble. And I was like, oh, I just no need to bring more. So I was like, this is a really cool building. If I was going to do a paranormal investigation and I wanted to make sure I got some evidence, that's where we'd go. I would almost do a road trip for it. Okay. Oh, wait, I just did. Okay, here we go. Let's do this again. Whoop, whoop. Jackie Derry is new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jackie, are you still here? I know. I talk. It's what I do. This isn't about, so if you guys are new, give me a shout out if you're new. You don't have to lurk. Just let us know you're here. We just like to know, because this is about community. This isn't all about, can I get a reading? This is about people coming together and figuring this shit out in life together. Jackie says, like, I'm still here. Good for you, man. You never know. Sal Brown is new. Welcome, welcome. You guys never know what you're going to hear here. Sorry. We are doing readings, Mitch, here. Yeah, we do readings. You never know what you're going to hear here. Sometimes it turns into PG-13 when we do Karen cards. It was called the Rock Island Roadhouse this weekend, where we were invited to come invited to come show our tables, and then we ended up having a table tipping table in the investigation. But our oracle board table, we used it all day. And you want to talk about, it's so cool to see people's minds be blown, because they're like, that ain't gonna work. And then all of a sudden the table starts to twist. And if you guys haven't watched, or if you're not a fan of or followed the Mystical Moons, make sure you guys go do that. That's the Mystical Moons. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's online store where you, by the way, you can get great deals on crystals. Let me see. It's the Mystical Moons on Facebook. It's just the Mystical Moons, I think. Yeah. Well, I can't find that. I'll leave the online store up there. Anyhow, oh no, I didn't. There we go. But I'll put a video later of the table just turning, and I was using my table. And I don't usually pull my particular table out. And I did because I was like, I'm not messing around. This is such a protected table. But it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. And here we go. So I know. But I do go down squirrel moments. So you got to stick with me and I got to stick with you. I always come back to center, though. I always come back to center. And I figure out, if I don't know who I called, then I ask everybody and they tell me because they know me. Jackie Derry. Jackie Derry. Let's see. All of my main cards are outside. Jackie Derry. Do I want to use this deck? I don't feel like this is the deck. Let's use this one. Jackie, do you happen to pick up phantom smells? Like, where the hell did that smell come from? Like that? Do you happen to pick up phantom smells? Ooh, that sounded like a good shuffle. Everybody shuffling. So Saturday morning, there was this really good coffee place. I mean, there was really good morning, Tammy. That is our sister Tammy. Sister-in-law. Anyway, family. So they sold these little cups, and I am so deep in my laser etching of tumblers. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a cup. I hadn't eaten that morning. I needed some coffee, and it was early. It was 7:00 in the morning. It was $30, and they're like, you can get as many refills as you want. I'm like, game on. 4 refills into it. I'm at the end of that 4th cup, and Sam looked. He's like, hey, babe. And I turned to him, and I swear my eyes were like this. Yeah. Because it's a great big 20-ounce cup, and I've had 4 of them. And he's like, you need to lay off the caffeine. No more coffee for you. No more coffee. And I'm like, quit yelling at me. I love that man. Okay, here we go. Jackie. Yes, you do pick up phantom smells. I'm so happy you said that. Because do you ever pick up overly sweet flowers? Like you can't, Sandy, good morning. Like you can't figure out where the overly sweet flower smell comes from. Like, does somebody have perfume? Like, did they marinate in perfume? What the hell's going on? That kind of thing. Hello, Sarah. Good morning. She is new. Ooh, I get this. Yes, I need to let you know. If you don't know, I did. That's me. That is me, Kelly. Absolutely. I'm like, game on. I paid $30 for that cup. I need you to know, Jackie, that what you smell when that happens is angels. So whenever you have that overly sweet flower smell happen, pay attention to what you have going on around you. Pay attention to where you're putting your feet, or pay attention to the people that you have around you, because you may have somebody around you that actually has their guardian angel follow them very closely. And you'll be like, oh, that makes so much sense when you finally notice it and you pay attention to that. Okay. But angel energy smells like overly sweet flowers to people that are clairalien. So clairalien is one of the spirituals, psychic clairs. We are all psychic. We all are. The only difference, and people that have watched me all the time, that get so tired of hearing this, the only difference is people that, from like a reader to somebody that isn't a reader yet, is they figured out how to put the puzzle pieces together. So this is your first puzzle piece if you are not already aware, okay? That there are energies around you all the time that are trying to help guide you through how you shape your life with purpose. That's exactly how they're saying that. Okay. So I pulled you some cards here, and then what they're saying is you're not there yet. You have not. Sally Miller, welcome. Good morning. You haven't settled into the awareness of how incredible you are. Okay. And I'm going to show you how they have brought this across. They're like, divinely given. You're also an empath. So they want you to know that some of the things that you have and the emotions that you get are not always yours. And you need to learn how to differentiate between that so that you can go, not mine. And when you learn to do that, that energy falls away. So whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whether it's anger, whatever it is, you can be like, is this mine? Learn how to do some muscle testing, right? If you don't know how to do it. Good morning from Minnesota. And then when you go, is this mine? And they go, no. You go, oh, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. And you drop it away and you let it go. It's amazing how our subconscious goes, forget about it. I don't need it. It's not mine. But when you don't do that, you hold that and you carry it and you go through the day. And when somebody walks in the room in the morning and you're in a great mood and they're in a shitty mood, and then you follow their shitty mood down the thing and you've taken it with you, then you spread that, because an empath doesn't just absorb. We emit. So learning how to control that is really super important. But they're talking about you have the capacity. This is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of emotion. And any ace, which this is important. This is important. Any ace is spiritually given. It is a gift from the other side. It's like, hey, pay attention to what you have coming across, right? Because at this time, you don't feel complete. You just don't maybe know it yet. This is the star and it's reversed. The star is about the wonder of the universe, the things, all the stuff that's out there and available to you, right? You're in Tennessee. Be careful in Tennessee. Have fun in Tennessee. But they want you to be upright in the star, right? That's what they want you. They want you to understand messages. So what they say is follow your passion. Follow your passion. If it's something you're interested in, follow it as a passion. Here's the Ace of Wands. And that is the card that says, follow it and you will achieve it. So if you were to read this all together as a story, it says, you don't feel complete yet, but it's only because you haven't stepped into the emotion or the intention of being who you truly are meant to be in this life. Once you do that, all things are becoming possible for you. I hope that's helpful. Okay. And this, by the way, is such a cute deck. I'm going to buy the full-size version of this. This is a pocket version of the Last Unicorn Tarot. And I just think it's the most adorable thing. I hope that's helpful, Jackie. Okay, moving on. You guys, if you haven't liked or followed or shared or whatever our pages, we have the Mystical Moons. We have My Mystical Life, which is our main online, right? And then we have the Inner Peace, which is going to be taking place next March here in Ohio. And it is already filling up. It's I'm really impressed with how well it's going. And if we do have some space open for people that want to bend, and we are welcoming everybody that would like to attend. Okay, moving on. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let me see who is here. There's a lot of new peeps in the room, right, Heather? Okay. I'm sorry. I do tend to talk quickly at times. So, yeah, it's a thing. It's when I'm working with spirit and we really get rolling, then there we go. You would like to be a reader someday. Shubli, you're in on the free psychic development classes, right? Are you doing those? There's two on in the group right now. The Tarot of the Dragons. I have this one. It's not this one, is it? So we do offer, and we're doing this once a month. So we used to have a membership, and you know what? I love what I do. If you go to mymysticallife.com, you guys, let me figure out how to put that there. If you go to mymysticallife, where's it at? There we go. On the front page of the My Mystical Life page is I don't have the next class set up, but I do have the group open. So you can go to the front page of the webpage and join the group. It's free. There's 2 classes up there in a meditation. We've only been doing it for 2 months. Good morning, Billy Ann. I understand that, Shubli. That is something you can do at your own leisure. So if you join that, the videos are available to you. Yeah. You can watch them at your own time. Yes, full moon today, so hold on to your butts. Harvest moon should be gorgeous. We were driving home last night from, where were we? Rock Island. We were Davenport, Illinois. Or I don't know where we were. And the moon was so beautiful last night, you guys. So beautiful. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Let me see who is here. Let me see who is here. Yes, Billy Ann. Absolutely. It's just a free group. It's just a free group. Once a month, we're doing a live Zoom so everybody can ask questions. Now, of course, you know how this goes. And then the Zoom goes into the group. Good morning, Melanie. I bet, Heather. Sal is from Australia. So what happens, why I ask for the whoop whoop, you guys, I know it's weird, right? But what it does is it allows me to see who needs the reading. Not who wants the reading, who needs the reading. And as these scroll through, each time you post, every time you post, there's energy with it. So whether it's a whoop whoop or just a comment, there's energy with it. So that is what I watch in the feed as well. So if you guys could share to invite friends, share to a group, follow, whatever. All the advertising stuff. This one is for, I'm supposed to pull one card for Kelly Lavoie. Kelly, have you taken a step back? Have you felt, I don't know how to put this. Have you felt discombobulated in your spiritual journey? Hi, Jacqueline. Because I have the reversed high priestess for you, and they said only one card. So that I'm not supposed to get a story with this. I'm only supposed to be able to pull this card and say, if you're not feeling connected, Kelly Lavoie, it's not that you've been left behind. It's not that you're not getting as much, but it's the fact that you're getting new downloads that need to be translated a different way. Okay. So the thing, she's like, oh my God, yes. No, she just said yes. But they're like, things have shifted. So when your energy shifts, right? Your environment shifts, the things you have going on in life shifts. That means sometimes it creates this shift like this, right? So they're like, now you just have to figure out how to put those puzzle pieces back and slide them back in. It's a different vibration. That's all. Your guides have not left you. You are not faltering. You're not doing a bad job. It's just now it's a little bit more challenging because you have to figure out how to do some things a little bit differently. And it's very much like life, right? If it stayed the same, how exciting would it be? So the same goes with your spiritual journey. They're like, come on, you got this. I'm going to pull you one more card. You got this. Queen of Coins. They're like, hey, you are the large and in charge energy in this situation. You just need to step into it. Hope that's helpful. This chair is making my legs go to sleep. What the flip? Okay. Moving on. Can I have a whoop whoop in the room? Can I get a witness? We even tried playing Elvis for the table, and she was not. She's like ticked. I'm like, no, seriously, don't just tick. You need to move. But she didn't. So we were at the Rock Island Roadhouse in Rock Island, Illinois this weekend, you guys. Had a blast at Paracon. Paracon was very much different than any spiritual, like psychic fair. It was just different, and I liked it. It was so fun, very family feeling. Like everybody knew everybody, and it wasn't just one booth sitting next to another booth. It was almost like family sitting next to family, and everybody was chatting amongst themselves. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I loved it. Okay. Let's see. Let's go with I love you, Kelly. I'm glad it helped. Sally Miller. Sally Miller. Sorry, Jacqueline. I was like, what? Sally Miller. Sally Miller from Pennsylvania. From Pennsylvania. Okay. Sally. So my guides are really great at a couple things. I don't say I'm great at it because I'm just putting the puzzle pieces together. My guides are great at a couple things. They're really good at earthquakes, trip and falls, and sinus infections. Don't ask me why, but I'm sure they're wonderful at a million other things, but those are some of the things that they're really pointed at. So make sure you're taking care of your sinuses, Sally. I know that's a weird thing to hear from a psychic, but make sure you know, maybe some echinacea or some elderberry gummies would be great. Okay. Okay. I don't have a cat in the house. The dog is sleeping. So I doubt you guys heard that. I doubt you guys heard it sound like a cat claw in the chair. Anyhow, moving on. Okay, I'm not moving on from Sally though. Sally. Oh God, that stumped me to like go. Oh, I totally forgot what I was saying. That was really loud for me. Okay, hold on. I'll come back to it. Oh, Lord, I totally forgot. This is where my squirrel moments come in, right? Give me a hint, you guys. What was I talking about? I had it. It was right there. This is elderberry. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Okay. Samantha's like, oh yeah, that's normal. So make sure you're taking care of your sinuses. I don't know if you live by fields or anything like that, but they're showing me soybean fields, and they're pulling the soybeans off the fields right now. And you guys, the clouds of dust just are humongous, and that's what they're showing me. Like it could be something from an allergen or something like that for you, Sally. So make sure you're taking care of that. Okay, you don't want to develop anything like that right before the start of the fun festivities of October. I want to talk about an animal totem for you. Okay, we're going to go this way. I want to talk about an animal totem for you. I don't know what you have going. Good morning, Randy. I don't know what you have going on in this life at the moment, but they're talking about you learning a new something, a new trade, a new energy. You're never late, Gloria. Always on divine time. Good morning, Melissa. So they're like, you are going to have something that you're mastering, and you may not feel like it. It may not feel like mastering, but oh, that's nice for them to say. It may not feel like you're mastering anything, and I like that. You know why? We there are no masters on this side of the veil, right? We are always learning. That is absolutely it. We're always learning. The only masters are on the other side, and they're few and far between. So they're saying your ego is in wonderful check in this lifetime. You are not like, look what I can do, and you think you're perfect, and that is great. Because so many people get wrapped up in the you're a princess and you're the perfect and you're the whatever, and they walk through life thinking that laws and things like that don't pertain to them. And they're with you, they're like, you are very grounded based, and you understand what it takes to be efficient and successful in this life. And the fact that you don't run screaming this from the rooftops speaks wonderful things for you. But it does not mean that you are not efficient and that you are not achieving. They're like, just because you don't feel like you're achieving doesn't mean that's the case. They want you to be proud of the things that you've done in this lifetime. And they add so far, because so far is all the further you've gotten. You have all these wonderful things ahead of you that you are going to achieve. And they're kind of showing this upwards stepping motion of this. So as you move along, you're going to be learning and learning. And even if it doesn't feel like you have this going on, trust me, it is. They're talking about soul level. They're talking about you need more self-confidence in yourself. They're like, I know we just said her ego's not huge, but we want her to have a little bit more of it. Okay. So that you can feel accomplished. I hope that's helpful. Um, and where all this come from was they wanted to give you an animal totem of the dragon. And this dragon is kind of like a morphing thing. I don't give dragons. Anybody that watches me on here on a permanent, long time basis, I don't. You could probably count on one hand how many dragon animal totems I've given, because they're few and far between. And they're like, this is the energy that says we are mastering something. We are not a master, but we are working on it. And that's the energy they show. And they show this to be like a golden bronze colored dragon. And that makes a difference to me. Color makes a difference when it comes to animal totem. White means spiritual ascension, right? Spiritual mastery. And then when you have a younger animal, it means you're in the process. So this is a process of learning. So I love that for you. Huzzah. I'm not throwing my cup. Has anybody else been watching Catherine the Great? The Great? It's called The Great. It's about Catherine the Great. Anybody else watching this? Huzzah. I will not throw my coffee cup. I will not do it. Give me a cheap one, I will. Okay. Moving on. I hope that's helpful. Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a witness? I have so much I want to say about The Great, but I can't because I don't know who's watched it. I'm in season 2 is all I'm going to say. Okay. I had my heart broken. Such a wonderful character. Anyhow, here we go. Let's go with Kathleen Lynn. Kathleen Lynn. Kathleen, they give me such interesting things for your energy. They're like, almost have it, almost have it, almost have it, almost have it. And so now I get to put those puzzle pieces together and figure out what the hell they're talking about. But you're very welcome, Sally. They're like, you are a popcorn fart away from achieving some of your goals. You're very clairaudient. So I don't know if what does whoop whoop signify? It is just so I know who's in the room. So when you comment, I know who's in the room, but it also lets me see your energy as well. So it's about who needs the reading, not just who wants one. We all want a reading, but who needs it more than maybe everybody else on the list at that moment, right? What do they need to hear? So it's just a way of bringing that across, Gloria. That's all. Yeah, it's so, but I could call a name and then be doing a reading for 15 minutes and that person never comment, and then I'm not actually being there, and that wasted everybody's time, right? Because they didn't hear it and you had to hear it, and they didn't. But not to say you wouldn't get anything from it. Look, there's Isis, you guys. Everybody give Isis a hi. Good morning, Isis. Okay, back to Kathleen. Okay, all right, here we go. So Kathleen, I don't know if you're aware of being clairaudient. Are you aware of that? A popcorn fart. Yeah, it's a little piece, just a little bit. Um, so clairaudient is the clear hearing, like the Hollywood clairs. You get the clairaudient, the the sentient, the clairvoyant, all those things. So clairvoyant is the one everybody thinks psychics are. Like every we have a crazy memory. So crazy way of putting it. It's just been something we've always said. But not every psychic is a clairaudient or clairvoyant, right? And that, I think that's what trips a lot of people up that think this is what being an intuitive is, because they think we see things all the time, and not every intuitive is clairvoyant. A lot of them are clairaudient, clairsentient, claircog. They're an empath. They smell angels, things like this. So just know that clairaudient, you're very clairaudient. So pay attention to your internal dialogue. If you're saying me and I, you're talking to yourself. If you're saying you and we, when you talk to yourself, or us, my husband pointed out us as well, that you are talking to somebody else. And it will always sound like your own internal voice. Okay. So you have a lot of this going on. And when you oh my God, they're so ruthless. They're like, you need to get past your own, okay. They want you to get past your limiting beliefs to be able to really reach out and grab some new information. So I feel like you're already spiritual, but they're like, there's something new. There's something beyond what you're already picking up that you need to grab a hold of and really bring in. Your mind never stops. Yeah. There's people that do not have internal dialogue. Blows my mind. Like, how do you survive? They have no internal talk. What? What is it if you experience all of the senses, Mitch? Just very, very expansively intuitive. That's all. But then it makes it a little bit more muddled because you have to figure out which one they're coming from, because when you're learning, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah. Okay. So Kathleen, it's like nailing Jello to the wall. They want you to figure something out and bring yourself a little bit of peace, because when and they want to talk about, like, I don't know, do you get any anxiety pains, like right here? A simple reflection. Good morning. Do you get any and I'm not saying like it's anxiety, it's a tightness in the chest. It's not a major issue, right? But you need to bring yourself back to center is what they're saying. You need to calm yourself down a little bit, Kathleen. Like you need to bring yourself right here and find some quiet time for yourself. What the hell is that? So I'm like, we need to find some quiet time for Kathleen. And they're like, and I have over in the, this is how my brain works. I hear, I'm hearing, I don't know, shake your body. Shake, 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 Sonata. Shake it all the time. Work, 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 Sonata. My guides have a sense of humor. So they're like that me, myself, and Irene thing going off in the brain all the time. Like, I gotta do. Take some time for yourself, for crying out loud. They want you to take some time for yourself. Find your center, find your personal peace and quiet. That's important. And then puzzle pieces will start falling in together and you'll start to hear things a little bit more clearly because I would like you to set the how do we hear things externally. No, I even got the whole Beetlejuice scene from it. So, you know, they're talking about once you can calm and find your center, you're going to hear things more clearly. They want to speak to you. Spirit wants to speak to you, whether they do or not already. But and you're aware of it. That's the key. Because they already do. I hope that's helpful. It's time to level up, as they say. Level up. Onward. Gotta get a whoop whoop. Can I get a witness? In the room. In the room. All I hear is that can kind of music now. That's going to be annoying. Penny, good morning. It is a great scene, right, Isis? I wanted to tell you something, Isis. I saw a picture that you took with a very nice looking gentleman a couple days ago. I don't know where you're at. You were out doing something. And I want to tell you. So this is for Isis. Isis, I want to tell you, I love your energy. I love your aura. I love your peace. I love your clarity. I love your sense of now. And they want to keep going to your eyes. They want to keep going to behind your eyes. The scene that you have going on. Not seen like seen it, but like what you have in your life right now that is playing out in a couple different ways in a couple different areas. They're like, this is what we're supposed to be seeing in your life, and you are doing a wonderful job. And I'm supposed to pull you 1, 2, 3 cards. I like how they do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was your adopted brother from another mother. It was just you. Okay, I love that's how I identified the picture because I know you were the guy, right? But your energy, it's your energy. There was a Halloween party ad right on my face. How was that? I know Isis has an awesome aura, but her aura has popped. You guys, her aura has popped in the last, I don't know, 2 months. You're finding your own happiness. That's so important. They're talking about the 10 of Swords, talking about completion on this one, 10 of Swords. They're talking about bringing that thought process into all the things you have going on and living in the emotion because Spirit has dropped it in front of you, and feeling left out is a thing of the past, right? The 5 of Cups, feeling as if there's something bereft. And I love that for you. That was your adopted brother from another mother. Got it. Got it. But I do. I would love to get on and read with you again. We had fun. That coffee looks good. I shouldn't have any more coffee. I had so much coffee on Saturday, you guys. I could feel this, and I was like, when I turned and looked at Sam and my eyes were huge. I thought I maybe need to stop, but it was there was the food trucks weren't open yet. There was nothing else to drink, and I was starving because I hadn't ate like since the morning before we got there, and I was so hungry, and I was like, I'll just fill myself with fluid. And the coffee was rough. It was so good though. Okay, there we go. You know what, Isis? I miss you. I do. I miss you too. Look at, oh my God, you teared me up. It was like that. It's like, oh, I miss the group. Oh God, I can't talk about this. I miss the group. Holy shit. What the hell? But everything works out the way it's supposed to, doesn't it? Did you guys know that yesterday was Ellie Coyle's birthday? Right. Okay. Ta-da! Let's see. Let's go with Summer Dawson. Summer Dawson. Hi, Trudy. I miss you too. I just miss everybody. I think it was really brought across this weekend because we went to this expo, and we go to expos all over the country, right? We have been all over doing this kind of thing on cruise ships, the whole 9 yards. And this one particular, and they randomly walked into our store, like random, from Paracon, from Get Haunted online, right? Get Paraflix, and invited us to come attend this thing. And I was like, "Who the hell are you?" And we just went, let's do it. This was such a family. It was, everybody knows everybody. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I'm not saying there was like 20 vendors. There was like 150. There was like 150. It was amazing. It was amazing. You had a beautiful setup yesterday. What was yesterday? Oh, on the pictures? On the pictures, Linda? We have had such an eventful month that it's spectacular. It's been spectacular. So I hope you had fun at Janet Amid's her reading thing, Linda. I've never done hers. You should come out and do ours. It's going to be fun. We have quite a few vendors already, and I'm getting ready to start advertising here in anyhow, moving on. But we have had the most eventful month. We got to be, Summer's like, I'm still here. This is how it goes, Summer. I'll be right there. Janet's fair. Yeah. Janet Amid's fair. But everywhere from Sedona and across the country this past month, it was a blast. And the rest of the year, I don't plan on going anywhere. No, I don't plan on going anywhere the rest of the year, which is very relaxing because we run a little bit too much sometimes. Oh, wait a minute. No, I take that back. We're doing Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Fair in November. So we will be in Cincinnati at Body, Mind, Spirit Expo in November. I don't know the dates. Okay. October is one of the busiest months. It is incredibly busy. But we have Witch's Brew coming up on Thursday, and I'm still not ready. I'm going to go spend my afternoon getting ready. I have 400 vials of alcohol to pour. Mm-hmm. And so here's me. I'm like, let's just do this, and we'll just get the alcohol in the goblet of fire, and we'll just be pulling it out of the goblet of fire and handing it off to people. We're going to be putting people in their houses. They get their sticker for their house. Adam is going to be Dumbledore putting them in their houses. It's going to be adorable. They get to have their picture taken by the 9 3/4 station. All this fun stuff going on in the store on Thursday, right? None of it's done. I have none of it. None of it. None of it's not. It'll be fine though. And so we are having a good time. Okay, back to Summer. Hi, Summer. How are you doing? This is my first cup of coffee. I'm only doing one today. Oh, Summer, what are you doing? Cincinnati is closer to you. So we are, it's called, you can look it up under bmse.net. Make sure it's .net. BM Body Mind Soul Expo.net. Sam scheduled this one. I did not. But still he expects me to go? No, I'm kidding. So it's bmse.net. Summer, I'm back. I want to talk about the things that you are moving forward. Like any projects you have going on, you're the person that's going to be pushing them. Do not expect anybody else to push them for you, because here's this is my thing, right? Oh, I got another story to tell you guys. Don't go away because it was interesting. I want to tell you how traveling isn't always perfect. But Summer, I want to tell you that whatever you have going on is going to be moving forward. Okay. This is the Chariot. This is that forward moment. And I see that fire element behind there. So put yourself out there, put yourself forward, be at the forefront of it, make it happen. Because now they're talking about the things you do with other people in this lifetime are the things that are worth doing, right? So bring yourself forward, do it with passion, be there for it, be present. Don't just set it up and let it hope it does its thing. Be present for the things you have going on in this life, because at this moment, at this time, that is what's going to help shape some of your world. They're like, you just got a new job. Awesome, Summer. You are doing wonderful. They're like, become part of something. Don't try to do everything yourself. Become part of something. And I'm not saying your job is going to be the world. Please don't make your job your everything, right? But they're saying it is going to change and shift your world, and you're going to be leaving behind anything that might have been a stagnant energy from that, right? So don't overthink this. Like, don't overthink this particular reading about this, because they're like, you have a tendency to do that. So don't do that. But you need to be paying attention to what you have going on, and don't be indecisive. You've got this. And just sometimes you got to follow your gut. They're saying sometimes you have to let go of the overthinking and follow your gut. But this is great. This new job, I like it. I like it. So let me tell you guys really quickly about how traveling doesn't always go well. Now, this may offend some spiritual people, but I'm concealed, also going through a breakup. You're good. You've got this. You got this. Absolutely. I'm concealed carry, so is my husband. Usually have a firearm on me. Why? Because there's a lot of crazy people in this world who would agree with me. There are some crazy people in this world. There are also instances in the world when you just don't want to be without backup. And that's okay. That's all right. I wish I could say that all the backup we need is spiritual backup, but there are times that that's not true. Correct? Correct? Who would agree with me? Who would give me a huzzah? Anyhow, so we had been driving all day, and we were tired and cranky. Not me. I don't ever get cranky. Bullshit. But we were driving, and we finally get to Rock Island, and it is midnight, and it's actually 12 o'clock because we lost an hour, right? So we are driving. We finally get there. We're tired. Mr. Sam is just a little cranky. I know, hard to believe, right? Well, before we left, I didn't break down. You're very welcome, Summer. I did not break down a table, and it was sticking out of the back of the truck, and we needed to break it down to put the truck thing down so that it was all concealed, right? Better to have a gun and not need it than need it and not have it. Amen. So here we are in the parking lot breaking down this table, which isn't a big deal. It's only like 8 bolts. So we're doing that, and it's big, bulky table legs. Big, bulky table legs. They're square, big bolts coming out of them. And we're there in the parking lot. And this guy from across the parking lot starts yelling at Sam, at us. And he's like, hold on, I just want to talk to you. We're not feeling it. Okay? We're not feeling it. The intuitive danger alarm has now officially gone off. And we are in the parking lot going, oh shit. And so Sam says, dude, stay over there. Just stay over there. We are just trying to go into our hotel. Please just stay over there. And the guy doesn't. He continues to walk across the parking lot that is very dark at almost midnight and is approaching us. Now, normally I see sunshine and roses and everything. Honestly, it is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, right? Because I'm like, oh, poor guy must be lost. That did not come to the forefront of my mind. I thought, well, shit, here we are, all alone and in trouble. And my first thought was, because here I am, my purse is here, I have another purse here, and a money bag is sitting right there on top. Now, granted, it is an empty money bag that I just had receipts in, but that guy doesn't know that, right? He doesn't know that. He just sees a money bag. So I'm standing there and I start to tuck things away because I'm like, oh shit, this can get bad quick. A big guy, right? Keeps approaching. And Sam's like, dude, you need to stay there. You need to not come closer. You need to not come closer. And he kept coming. Now, he wasn't angry. He was extremely drunk and he was on something. Okay. But he was extremely, extremely drunk. And the bleeding heart part of me is like, oh God, I don't want this guy to get in trouble because he's drunk, right? Here's my husband, you guys. Sam don't play. Now, Sam's one of those men that he always has his face to the front of the door when we're sitting someplace in a restaurant. I always walk towards the building, although he has to keep dragging me over there because I don't think about it. And he's like, why do you have to walk out by the street? Anyways, so he's one of those guys, right? Oh, a simple reflection. There are no tickets left. They sold out in 4 hours. They sold out in 4 hours for Witch's Brew, but you can definitely come hang because we are a whole lot of fun. A lot of stuff happens in the store at that time. We have readers and all sorts of stuff. So anyways, so this guy keeps coming closer and he is like 4 foot in front of us. And we are just like, Sam has already picked up a table leg. And he has a table leg. And this guy keeps coming closer. And Sam's like, you need to stay away. I will conk you on the head. I am not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. And because as we were driving into this area, I kept getting this oh shit feeling like we maybe should have checked the reviews a little better here. And we're at the Holiday Inn, but it doesn't matter because it's still a little sketch. And this guy just kept leaning in. And he's like, I want to just fist bump, right? And Sam's like, dude, that ain't happening. Dude, that ain't happening. And I have this metal dolly. Now, it's the kind that it'll lay flat and so it becomes like a trolley kind of thing, right? And Sam keep going, you need to get back. You need to get back. You need to get back. Screw that. Okay. I am part of a team. He swings. I'm taking this guy out of the kneecaps. I am taking him out of the kneecaps with this metal trolley because I'm concerned. And B, I'm concerned for my husband who probably will go to prison because he's protecting me, which is what's happening. He's protecting me. And I told this guy, I said, look, man, this man ain't playing. He is here. He is protecting me. I know that. And if you approach us, he's going to knock you on the head. And none of us want this. 25 minutes. We had to keep this guy at a standstill from us, right? And so we call the police and the police show up. I've never been so happy to see police in my life because I'm not worried about the guy. I'm worried about my husband because I don't want him taken to jail because he conked this guy in the head, right? I'm nervous. I'm super nervous because when Sam's angry, Sam's angry. And so the police walk up and they went, Tyrone, what are you doing? They knew him by name. Tyrone, what are you doing? Leave these people alone. They're just trying to go in the hotel. And the guy's like, this guy here, he's the OG. He's the nicest guy on the planet. He could have knocked me in the head with that because the guy was talking about, hey, let me take your table leg. I have some people to go kill. That's what he was telling us, right? So here's me. Where's my gun? I didn't pack it. Normally I have it in my purse that was right there because I have a little 22 revolver, right? But then I thought maybe we should not have a gun because Sam's really pissed off. And I was kind of glad we didn't have it, but better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I wonder if he's watching this because he's just commented. He sent me a comment. Should I probably stop it? Quit telling people our story. Kid. Oh, where'd he go? Okay. So there we are in the parking lot, and even to the police officers, this guy's not leaving. He's like, no, man, this is the OG. He's the nicest guy. He's a great guy. And he kept walking towards Sam, and the police officers kept going, dude. And here's me. Here's me in the back. Man, just listen to the police officer. I don't want you to get in trouble because you're drinking. Please just go home. It's okay. Just go home. Don't get in trouble. I have been watching the body cams on these police officers over the last 4 days. And the police officer, after everything's over, I go to the police officer and I go, I swear to God, I'm going to stop watching the body cams because I have never had a problem like this before. And then I started watching all you got is body cam footage on TikTok, and look what happens. So, anyhow, traveling, and by the way, we're in Illinois, right? There's some things going on in this country. Please be mindful. Keep your head on a swivel. This guy turned out to be pretty harmless, but his energy kept shifting and changing, and we're being aware of that. We're like it's one thing to be funny and drunk, and it's another when you start talking about taking the table leg and going to unalive somebody. So it was a very tense situation, and we are just glad that it turned out the way it did. They did not end up taking him away, which made me very happy because really, I don't believe he had any intentions of harming us, but he did keep trying to come much closer to us, within 2 feet. And I'm like, I will ram you. And Sam was mad at me. He's mad at me. He's like, I did. I feel like I manifested it without knowing. That's why I was telling the police officer, I'm not watching that no more. And I would have absolutely taken him out at the knees. And Sam was mad at me because I was in the way. And I was in the way. I put the cart between him and Sam. And he was probably mentally ill. Yeah, I think he has a lot of depression and anxieties, and the alcohol covers a lot of that. Yeah, definitely listen to the energy. So if you guys are out traveling, you know what? Always have a softball with you if you take a baseball bat is all I can say. Right? Take a softball with you. Take a baseball. Have a baseball glove in there somewhere, but have a ball somewhere. Don't travel unprotected in any way whatsoever. Now, out of all of the traveling Sam and I have done, this is the first instance. And we have been all over this country. And it was the first time I felt threatened. But I was also glad to say that my husband was with me, and it wasn't just me and my best friend traveling, and because that would have been a different story, I think. Yeah. You carry everywhere except for when you fly. Yeah. So just be mindful. Because I think it's an important story to tell. In addition to, we have a great time all the time wherever we travel. We really, really do. But that gave me pause. To the point where we went. I was so rattled that when we went to lay down, I couldn't sleep for a while. Normally I lay down. If I'm awake 10 minutes, I have insomnia. So so be mindful. Keep your head on a swivel, and just know that there are people out there that have issues. Good morning, Donna. That have issues, but I mean, I don't know. He came really close to Sam whacking on him. I will say that. I was scared of that. That's what I was scared of. I was scared Sam was going to pop him in the side of the head, and then we have a real problem, right? Ooh, come have biscuits with butter and honey with you. Oh, yeah, let's do it. But I'm glad it didn't escalate in that way. I called the police right away, and I just did road trips to California, felt safe everywhere, but I tried to pay attention. Yeah. We've never had an issue. And I really don't believe that this guy wanted to do anything negative. Sam will say the same thing, I believe. But he taught us a lesson. I will not stand outside my car in the middle of a parking lot, dark parking lot again, without my firearm zipper open and my firearm in my purse. So now I'm like, how's my gun? How's my gun at? Because if a gun is cute, it's a cute one. It's a little pew pew. It's a tiny one, and it's only about this big. And carry pepper spray. Here's the thing: bear spray is better than pepper spray. Word for the wise. Bear spray is better than pepper spray, because bear spray, if you they can't even get close to you. Pepper spray, you have to have a little bit of an aim here, right? Order bear spray. We have bear spray in the pickup truck. With bear spray, you guys, and it is bear spray. It's for bears. If it's going to stop a grizzly bear, and bear spray, you spray on the ground in front of you and say, "Good luck, everybody." Because if they walk over that, it's bad stuff. It's bad stuff. But it creates a perimeter rather than trying to spray it at them in their face and get their face. You can spray it easily on the ground in front of you, and it rises up. And just make sure you're not on the wind side of that. Bear spray works. You can buy it online. Good stuff. And it's not, I don't know, illegal. Right? Kelly the Voice says, yep, bear spray is the best. I don't know if with bear spray, do they have to go to the hospital because it's blinding, that they have to get the antidote for it? I don't know if bear spray does that or not. I don't know if that was bear or pepper, but just be mindful. There's a lot of unhappy people in the world right now. This guy just happened to be harmless and drunk. Now, if I had had bear spray, he would not have come closer. If I had had bear spray on me in my car door, he would have not come closer. It'd have been sad because it'll stop a grizzly bear. What does that tell you? Or a taser? I'm afraid I'd tase myself accidentally. I don't know. Is a taser legal to have? See, you never know what you're going to get when you come on this discussion, you guys. Is a taser legal to have? Is it? And it's probably state by state, right? I don't know. But there's bears all over the place, and I honestly have a bear. Like, I don't want to be a bear meal. If a bear shits out Lisa in the woods, does anybody know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's a movie, Grizzly, when I was a kid, scared the crap out of me. It did a good job. Anyhow, that's where we are today. It is in Cali. It's illegal? Yes, and they make flashlights with one built in. Yeah. I mean, I understand that, but then there's some tweakers that walk right through that stuff. They're like, you tase them, and they walk right through the taser. If you have a CCL, you can have a taser in Minnesota. Really? I'll have to look it up. But see, then you have to worry about driving through states. So I know, and we talked about this, Sam and I talked about this on the way out. It's illegal for us to have a gun in our car in Illinois. They're a gun-free state. Doesn't do them any good in Chicago, but whatever. Do it your way. Anyhow, just be safe out there. I felt that was important to talk about, just because we share all of the photos of the really cool stuff that we get to experience and do. Google says yes in Ohio. Okay. But it's also important to note that sometimes shit happens, and we so I have when we went to the dolmen in Montana. Some of you have heard this story. We went to the dolmen in Montana, it's like Stonehenge in the United States, but natural formation, kind of. Still at vortex. It happened at a vortex, and it's a really, 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 really cool location. I wanted to see it. It used to be super private on state land, like it was a secret, so they could charge for it. Great. But somebody showed me where it was, and the lady that showed me where it was very, very, very. We don't work the same, and it's fine. She's very crunchy granola, and I'm very more right here. This is me. So she's taking me out to these dolmen, and I'm locked and loaded because it happens to be bear breeding season, right? And not like, oh, look, a black bear, like grizzly bear breeding season in Montana. So we go out to the dolmen, and we're in there, and we're sitting inside of one of the dolmen, enjoying the hell out of the energy, right? We're just like, ah. And then I hear what sounded like a lot of great big pigs grunting. And I went, what is that? And she goes, oh, that's the grizzly bears breeding. And I'm like, that sounds like a problem. And she goes, don't worry. Guten Tag. She says, don't worry. The bears are across the street. Across the street. Like, why did the chicken cross the road? To eat the humans. No, right? So I'm like, oh. She goes, no, they won't bother us. They won't bother us. So I said, okay. So about 10 minutes later, I hear it again. And I'm like, that's closer. And she's like, don't worry. They won't bother us. And I'm like, so give us another 10 minutes, and then it's behind us on our side of the road. And I'm like, that's a problem. She goes, seriously? In her best sing-song voice, it was adorable. She goes, don't worry. They know we're on a spiritual journey, and they will not bother us because we are here spiritually. And I went, and so did the priests when they visited the cannibals for the first time. So I'm out. I left. That gun ain't gonna do anything to that grizzly bear. But the bear sprayed well. So there you go. You go to Chicago every 6 to 7 weeks. So I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Hey, good morning. How can you carry a concealed weapon if it's illegal to have it in the car? Exactly, Isis. So different states have different rules, and you, as the gun owner, must be knowledgeable if you're driving through the state. So I believe in Illinois, I believe that you can, because Sam and I talked about this, because I said, is it illegal to have a gun in the car in Illinois as we were driving? Because it was too late, but I believe you can store the magazine and the gun like the gun should be in the back and the magazine should be in the front, kind of thing. Something like that. Some states, it's no problem. You can have your loaded gun right there. As long as, and when you get pulled over, you just say, I'm concealed carry. They know it anyways, because when they pull up your license, there it is, right? But because that's safer for them. But some states you have to carry the magazine in one spot and the gun in another. Some you have to have the gun in a lockbox in the back trunk. I mean, there's different regulations for every state. So, I mean, what good is it if it's in the back? Gun and ammo have to be separate? Yeah. Kelly says gun and ammo has to be separate. So screw you. Not you, but you're just screwed if you get pulled over or you get rammed off the road or road rage, and there's somebody firing at you. I mean, what are you going to do? Crawl through the trunk? But it's okay because that's not going to happen. Anyhow. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're talking about gun safety and bear spray. No, I do recommend bear spray for people, everybody to have in your car. I wish I had, because it was in the truck, not this truck. I wish I had it in that moment to be able to lay down a line. Hit a thought twice, 3 or 4 times too. And it, you just lay it on the ground. It'd be good. Monica! Good morning, everybody. Okay. Well, that would suck if someone tries to hijack your car. Yeah. If someone tries to hijack your car, what do you do? Because then what happens if you actually pull on them and you didn't have it in the back? Who gets the ticket? I don't know. So many laws. So many things. All right, everybody. I am going to go to the store and start working on the shop. We may need bear spray here soon. Been seeing some around. Oh yeah, it's always a good idea. Honestly, Melissa, don't mess with the bears. Any strong spray might work. Well, what we were talking about. So Monica came in here a little bit late. So we had an incident this weekend, Monica, and that's where Melanie, and this is where this conversation. We were in Illinois at Rock Island Roadhouse, and when we were unpacking to go into the hotel, we had somebody approach us and they would not leave us alone, and we were not certain that it wasn't aggressive, but it felt very aggressive at almost midnight, right? He was totally drunk, and it was a situation, right? So we were talking about the difference between bear spray and pepper spray. Not all states is pepper spray legal. Bear spray, I don't think there's any regulations on where you can take bear spray, but with pepper spray, you spray at the person. With bear spray, you spray on the ground in front of the person so that they have a barrier they have to walk through that they do not want to walk through. Like they don't want to do it because it deters grizzlies. So if they go to walk through it, it is going to cause a serious issue. And then you don't have to worry about them anymore because they're worried about themselves. So everybody, yeah, and we're done talking about it now. But that's why we say bear spray rather than pepper spray. I need help. I'm gonna go do some running today, Jansen, I think. But thank you. I think I don't know what I'm doing. I know I got to get ready by Thursday. That's what I know. So I think I'm gonna go run, get some stuff and things, and start working on center displays today and for a while. Shit. All right. I might call on you tomorrow though, because tomorrow's a short day. Maybe. I don't know. I'll let you know. All right, everybody, have a great day. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. And if Fry was here, he'd say, may the light be with you always. All right, guys. Bye. Bye-bye now.